What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Discovering Decay. Today we'll be exploring the infamous London Nazi house, a favorite among Ontario explorers. This house was once the home of Martin Weisch, a self-professed Nazi. The house was modeled after one of Hitler's Bavarian homes, the owner naming it the Berghof. This was once a house with multiple tenants containing a vast array of Nazi memorabilia, including an oil painting of Hitler and an autographed copy of Mein Kampf, signed by Hitler himself. This was actually unbeknownst to tenants that had lived there, one tenant choosing to break her lease early after Weisch gave her a tour of his segment of the home, including all the memorabilia with it. Weisch kept a massive swastika mowed into the backfield of his property, and for around a period of 20 years, he hosted multiple cross burnings by the KKK and other affiliated groups. Martin Karl Weisch has a quite colorful background. He was born January 6, 1921 in Germany. As a teen, he belonged to a Nazi motorcycle club, and by the end of his life, he married 4 times and had a total of 9 kids. His journey in Canada started in 1951 when he was 30 years old. He traveled to Canada from Germany and began renovating houses, later building apartment buildings in London and Sarnia, Ontario, under Weisch Estates Incorporated. This seems to be his main focus for about the next decade, until he makes his first of 2 failed runs for federal office under the Socialist National Party in 1968. Then 6 years later, on November 8, 1974, Weisch allowed 25 Ku Klux Klan members to use his property for a cross-burning ceremony. He was quoted as saying, "They needed a place." 1976 brought a failed mayoral run with 3% of votes, and the rest of the 70s was spent concentrating on a lead voice for the Canadian Nazi Party and the Canadian National Socialist Party. Coming into 1980 with a storm, he was fined $300 for a disturbance outside a Sarnia radio station, what turned out to be a brawl with an anti-racist group. In the same year, 40 KKK members were seen holding a cross-burning ceremony on the property. The Klansman's leader at the time said that Weisch was nothing more than a friend. He doesn't necessarily agree with our principles. The rest of the year included financial troubles, selling off several buildings, and living off of apparent cashed-in insurance policies. 1985 brought him a $500 assault charge after smashing a car window with a baseball bat when he found his teenage son smoking with a girl. Weisch complained of being prosecuted by a quote-unquote high-priced Jewish lawyer, whom was the crown in the court. "Thanks for nothing," he said to the judge as he marched out of the courtroom. 2 years later, he allegedly told an Ontario divorce judge, "I am a Nazi, not a lunatic." In 1992, there was another cross-burning with the KKK and the Ontario Aryan Support Group. Around 40 members attended the ceremony. Reddit user 32 said, "I drove by there in the 1992 cross-burning. I called the cops, OPP, as it was outside of London at the time, and was told, I'm paraphrasing, it's not our problem." I remember about 30 to 35 people in KKK outfits, and the cross was about 12 feet tall. There were children with full pillowcase regalia on. Judging by size alone, I would put them preteen. So there was a few incidents with Weisch over the next few years, but seemingly he calmed down and started to lay low. Martin Weisch died in 2011 at 90 years old due to kidney failure. 2 weeks after he died, his children discovered that the property, their father's only asset left, had been left in his widow's care, opposite of their understanding that the estate would be passed down to them. The Weisch brothers want the court to declare that the 2004 property transfer was fraudulent. In their statement of claim, they're seeking an injunction to stop the defendants from doing anything with the property and want a court declaration that Berghof Estate Incorporated holds the title and trust for the family. In November 2016, it was transferred from the company to the widow and the 2 brothers. It appears as though they decided to sell and split the proceeds of the sale. It was sold in May 2017 to investors. The sale price was much higher than the widow claimed it to be worth, $477,000, but much lower than the brothers had assessed at $1.2 million. The case is still before the courts, and none of the allegations have been proven. Weisch's 4th spouse and partner since 1991 in court documents has denied all allegations. She maintains the property is worth about the $477,000 that she originally claimed. She claims also that it was her husband's wish to cut his kids out and leave her to manage his beloved estate. I completely and utterly reject any allegation that Martin or I have participated in or perpetrated or knew of any fraud, she wrote in her affidavit filed in court. All of his furniture and personal things were left to her, except those in the living and dining area, styled after a room in Hitler's retreat, and a portrait of the genocidal dictator himself. Those were decreed to stay permanently with the property, which they are no longer there. At one point, a local church was in negotiations to receive a portion of the land via donation from the sons to, quote-unquote, right the wrongs that their dad made. But it was tipping towards too expensive to be serviced to make any usage worthwhile. That's about all the information I have for this location. If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoy the rest, and thanks for watching. Wow, there's a lot of fucking rooms in this house. Wow. Holy fuck. Oh yeah, that's the staircase. Wow. That's neat. Oh, fuck yeah. It's huge. Holy fuck, there's more stairs? This is an attic, alright. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, no kidding. Boobies! I can't believe how big this place is.
Yeah, like definitely maximized the value. In the bedroom, you can see they got no closet wall or whatsoever. The walls,
Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh wow, that's an old relic. How cool is that bathroom? Isn't this bathroom so cool? Goes fucking down. It's so weird. Is that the weirdest shit ever? Like, imagine having to climb down into the shower every time. But still kind of neat. Check out this shower, it's super cool. Goes down. Yeah. No shit, eh? I know. I thought that was really cool.
That's what it was like for me too.